Attention, ladies and gentlemen. The 2024 presidential race in the United States has become a real battle royal, with competition so close that every poll is causing a stir. Current projections, made by prestigious media outlets such as the New York Times and the political analysis website 538, show a heart-stopping scenario. Kamala Harris and Donald Trump are practically tied. According to these analyses, Harris is in a range of between 48% and 49% of voting intention, while Trump is just 1 point behind, oscillating between 47% and 48%. The election, as you can imagine, is so close that the slightest variation could change the fate of both candidates. The numbers in the Electoral College are just as impressive. Harris has so far managed to secure 226 electoral votes, while Trump has secured 219. But both know that the crucial thing is to reach the magic number, 270 votes, the number needed to declare a winner. This goal depends, without a doubt, on what happens in the so-called key states or swing states. These territories have the power to define the election, since they provide 93 decisive electoral votes. So the attention is focused on these places with a magnifying glass of epic proportions. What do the latest polls say? The numbers are shocking. In Nevada, Harris leads by just 3 points, a lead that puts her within the margin of error, meaning anything could happen. North Carolina shows a similar situation, with Harris just 2 points ahead. Wisconsin reflects the same story, a slight 2-point lead in favor of Harris, but again, nothing definitive. The situation in Georgia is even more dramatic. Just 1 point separates the two contenders, turning the state into a real political battleground. However, it is not all good news for Harris. In states like Arizona, Trump appears to be leading by 4 points, which could complicate the electoral map for the Democrats. And let us not forget Pennsylvania and Michigan, where polls indicate an absolute tie. It is in these states that the campaigns are investing most of their energy and resources, aware that any turn could be decisive. The margins are so narrow that every speech, every event, and every statement could tip the balance. The process of convincing voters has not been easy for either candidate. Both Harris and Trump have deployed strategic teams, communications specialists, and local leaders with the mission of securing every last vote. The strategies focus not only on economic and employment issues, but also on health, security, and foreign policy, issues that deeply concern citizens. The situation is made more complex by the extreme polarization in the United States. Harris has tried to capitalize on the desire for change and progress felt by many citizens, while Trump continues to appeal to his loyal base, emphasizing immigration issues and promises to strengthen the economy. Harris' visits to key states have been carefully planned to mobilize young people, women, and minority voters, sectors that could define her victory. Trump, for his part, has directed his message to the white working class and religious conservatives, groups that were key to his 2016 victory. As election day approaches, political analysts agree on one thing: any prediction is risky. Polling margins of error are so small that caution is needed before declaring a frontrunner. The data shows this is a showdown not just between two individuals, but between two entirely different visions of the country. Harris represents an administration that seeks to continue and expand progressive policies, while Trump promises a return to the America First policies that defined his first administration. Interest in this election is so intense that it has captured the attention of the entire world. Leaders from different countries are watching with interest, aware that the results will influence global geopolitics, international trade, and strategic alliances. The global economy could suffer significant consequences depending on who becomes the next president of the United States. At the heart of this campaign are voters, who face the responsibility of deciding the course of their nation. Civic organizations are working tirelessly to ensure mass participation, and information campaigns are being carried out to counter misinformation and promote voting rights. Experts warn that any level of abstentionism could have a devastating impact on the results. The influence of presidential debates cannot be underestimated either. These events are seen as key moments that can change public perception. Harris and Trump are preparing to face each other in a duel of arguments where they will not only defend their proposals, but will seek to expose the opponent's weaknesses. How will this affect undecided voters? No one knows for sure, but the stakes are high. Throughout this campaign, Social media has played a key role. Both Harris and Trump have used these platforms to communicate directly with their supporters, without filters or intermediaries. Communication teams have deployed viral strategies, using memes, videos, and messages that appeal to voters' emotions. The war of information and disinformation is a battlefield in itself, with both sides accusing each other of spreading fake news. In conclusion, the 2024 presidential election is one of the most important and hotly contested in American history. The next few days will be crucial, and voters hold in their hands the decision that will define the future of not only their country, but the entire world. Stay tuned and don't miss the updates on this exciting race. See you in the next video, where we will bring you more analysis and the latest news on this historic event.